Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Tom, and welcome to Halo Podcast number 7. On this episode, I'm going to be speaking to Hyena. I don't think he needs much of an introduction, but if you guys don't know him, he's a content creator, montager. He made the Montage Mastery. I'm sure you've heard of it. Anyway, I will have his links in the video description, so make sure you guys check them out. And yeah, enjoy. How'd you get started playing Halo, and what motivated you to start making content?
Fucking hell, when I started playing Halo, fucking my friends, one of the new friends that I fucking made when he first started going to secondary school, it was the American school at high school. He had the Xbox and he had Halo. And we used to go back to his at fucking lunchtime. So he had like an hour lunch or whatever, man. He lived fucking close to the school, so we go back there, play some CE on split screen, man. Eventually, me fucking dad got an Xbox because I convinced him to. And me and him played CE all the time, man. After we played CE for a few years or whatever. Me and all my friends, split screen, all that stuff, like LAN parties, all that. When Halo 2 was building that, man, and we seen the reveal trailer at E3, I remember that shit. I still remember that shit now, man. It's fucking so good. We were waiting for that shit to come out, man. When it came out, that was it. That was game over, man. We were playing that shit for a while. Sorry, I'm trying to roll a cigarette at the same time. We were playing that shit for a while, man, and then Xbox Live. My dad said, let's get Xbox Live, man. All this stuff, because it was online, obviously. I still remember the first game. It was Midship FFA that I ever played online. It was fucking unbelievable to me. I've never played online before on anything ever, man. And all that. And the more I started playing it, me and my dad were playing it together. We used to do fucking double team, all that shit, custom games, and all that shit. But then when I started finding, I can't remember who the fuck it was. I think it was my friend. He's download montages. I don't think it was off even Halo 2 forum, man. It might have been off fucking something else. He found something somewhere. So it wasn't on YouTube. I don't think YouTube was even around then. We're talking really, really, really early 05. It wasn't. I mean, they used to upload to Mythica. You remember that?
Yep.
I don't even Mythica. Yeah. And my mate downloaded loads of them, and we watched them. And I remember Nakamura, Ripon, Walker, Bluefire. And we used to burn them to discs, man. Remember, we had the mobile phones back then still, but they were shit. You know what I mean? Like 05, you remember the mobile phones? They were really, really shitty.
Like the
Razors? Like the camera phones. Yeah, all that sort of bullshit, man. We were playing online, and one of us would be holding the fucking phone to record the screen, just in case something happened. that was our like first thing into it, man. And I mean, it was all those old montages, man. I mean, I started, it was late 05, was I think my first one. And that was like the biggest ball ache, because I didn't have a fucking clue about technology or anything like that. But my uncle worked for fucking, everyone says, my uncle works for Microsoft. My uncle actually did work for Microsoft. So he had like he had all like the gear for the computer. And I was asking about capture cards, and he had this capture card, man. And I took that shit and we put the motherfucker in. And if you ever watch my first montage, or even the first few ones, you see how fucked up the image quality is. It's like half the screen missing, like all this fucked up shit. And it's because it was just like a dodgy shit. But like it felt so good to fucking do that shit, man. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm articulating correctly, but yeah, it's all those old montages, man. They fucking, man. Some of those old ones, I still watch them today, man. For real. You can't beat the classics. It's one of those things where it is frozen in time, so you can go back and enjoy it, and it's just like a good movie, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people nowadays, they don't really appreciate like the classics. Like, so for example, like Walshy's Final.
That's because, you know what that is. You know what that is, because most of them fuckers aren't around anymore, man. You name me how many people you count who were around during Halo 2 forum days, man. And that's not even being elitist, right? But you remember fucking even on the Halo 2 forum, your join date fucking meant something, man.
Yeah, no, and I spoke about that with Skulls, and we spoke about like sort of gatekeeping.
Yeah.
And like elitism, and kind of how that kept content fresh and pure, because really
it does. And that's the thing, man, because it come across as obnoxious. But the thing is, if there's no standards or there's no competition in any sense, then it's going to become stale and dry, like the scene is right now. Because everybody was trying to outdo everybody. When the big video came out, every fucker. We go to school next day. Do you see fucking Dime Dev's video? Fucking hell. You need that. We don't have that anymore. And that, my view on that is because of fucking Twitch.
So how did you choose the name Hyena? Is there like a backstory?
Yeah, man, that was this fucking Jackie Chan film called Fearless Hyena, man. And I tried my original game tag was Shadow Ash 7, which is fucking I wanted to have Ash from the Evil Dead series, Bruce Campbell. Then I had II, Lone Wolf II, and all this bullshit. And then STD Hyena, because Fearless Hyena was taken, so I put STD Hyena. That's where it came from. Strangely enough, as fucked up as it sounds, my dad made the game like STD Panda. So if we were on a mic, we got a lot of incest jokes. You know what I mean? I was too young to even know what STD was, man. Because you know what I mean. I just thought it was fucking funny. just went with Hyena because people started to know me as that, and then obviously became Lightning Snipe and that sort of thing.
So speaking of Lightning Snipe, it's pretty much like a
Yeah.
household term now. I mean, pretty much if you type in Lightning Snipe on YouTube, pretty much everybody wants to Lightning Snipe. It's just kind of what it is. So was that something that
that's one of the few things in life actually. As sounds that makes me feel real good.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny because if you just go to YouTube and type it in, it's fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants to do it. So like, is that something that you randomly thought of or what?
No, like in early years of Halo 3, I really fucked up my hands. So I cut my middle knuckle and my pinky down to the bone on glass, and I was having to wear all this shit around it. Like, I have a broken hand now, so if I was to play it, I had to play weird. I always thought it's Halo 2, but it hurt a lot to snipe normally, so I had to kind of do this weird shit, and when it worked, it felt really good. It's like, okay, this is extremely fast quickscope, and I've always had a very, very good hand-to-eye coordination. It was just something that I always enjoyed. It's like a robotic thing. It came after a time, and anybody who does it, like you can ask Drukio or Untamed, you can ask a dickhead hustler, even though I don't talk to him no more. You can ask him. It makes you feel good because it's your brain working as it should. That's the only way I can explain it.
So your dad, he played Halo, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we used to play it together, man. Fucking split screen online, all sorts of shit. And you think I get mad at Halo, man? You should see my fucking dad, man.
Well, I see
it nearly cost him his fucking relationship, man.
I see where you get it from.
Yeah. I remember one time I was off school ill, man, and I woke up and all I heard was "you fucking cunt," all this shit, like cussing. I walked downstairs. I thought he was talking to my mum. He was talking down the mic, man. you know what my dad used to do? He talks shit, right? When I started getting good at Halo, he talked shit to people in the matchmaker lobby, man, or post-game carnage lobby, and then he'd say, "Oh, let's 1v1," and he'd give me the controller, but he'd stay on the mic. So I'll be fucking them up, and he's talking shit to them. It's fucking funny, man.
Dude, your dad's a fucking
Yeah.
beast. Oh my god.
Yeah. And you know what? He used to have an Xbox that he took to work, man. He had his own company, man, and he was like obviously fucking. He's the CEO of it, or whatever. He took an Xbox to that, man. That's how addictive Halo 2 was. People will never know how addictive that shit was.
Your content though, like that you've produced, is pretty unique. So like the editing, the gameplay, the music. I think back to videos like Oblivion and Enter the Ninja. So like, what inspired you to separate yourself from the monotony? Because like most people were using like classic rock music. They were over editing their videos, and at that particular time. So like, what inspired you?
It wasn't a conscious decision. It was more so that if you're gonna make a video, man, you kind of put your personality into it. You know what I mean? And not to be like some sort of faggot hipster or anything like that. I don't mean in that way, like, but you put your own sort of stamp on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of fucking following the trends, if you will. And I always made videos for myself, for my own enjoyment. And eventually I got better at it over time, and then people seemed to kind of click with it. So I just kind of continued it. And I've made all sorts of different videos, but it comes from my own interests, from Japanese cinema or East Asian cinema to serial killers or something like that. It's that sort of thing.
You have to really make content for yourself. You can't make it for anybody else, because when you start trying to make content for other people,
you're right. There's some videos that I've made that I won't watch because they weren't for myself. It was for almost like a jeering crowd who expected something. So stuff like Armor Tiger, or even to an extent Wizard, stuff like that. It wasn't something that I would make. It was something that was like it was kind of like there's some videos I consider bastards. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's the problem with a lot of the videos. I mean, like I said to you earlier before we started recording, that I've barely watched any Halo videos. But in the last year or so, when there has been videos out, there was very little when it came to stuff that was. It doesn't have to be quote unquote unique, because that term is so overused. It's just more so there's no soul to a lot of the videos. You get me? People are just are either trying to make a name for themselves, which is nothing wrong with that, but in the wrong way, or they're just trying to. It's like kind of like Munchausen, man. You know what I mean? Where you're not enjoying getting clips, you don't enjoy making a video, but you want that fucking feeling, man. And that ain't the right way to go about it, man. And that's kind of why we'll talk about it again later, man. But that's why I kind of got a community, because there's too much of that, man.
Not to cut you off, but I was talking to like Furion and even Skulls as well in previous podcasts, and I was saying like the Xbox One DVR feature, like back in the day, it actually took like effort and skill to record your gameplay, and you know that.
It costs fucking money. It costs fucking money too, man. Time, amount of stress that it used to take, man. Like, I'm not very good with technology, man. I'd be fucking the capture card trying to get shit to work. It was literally, I almost had an aneurysm so many times doing shit, man, because it was such a fucking process to even get to that point where you can record.
Right.
And then you got to get the fucking clips, and then you got to edit, blah blah blah, that sort of thing. Yeah, it is completely different now. I listened to some of that Skulls interview, and I do vaguely remember that part, and I disagree to some degree, because I think DVR, if it gives everyone the opportunity to record, right, it should create, if anything, more, what's the opposite of generic? More of a mix, more variations and stuff, because everybody can do stuff. But the problem is that it doesn't, because there still are trends and stuff there, even if, you know, it's not spoke about because there's no forum now.
It also factors in like saturation too, because I remember specifically Furion, when he released Progression, that was the best quality that I'd ever seen in a video, period. The S video with the ATI Wonder.
Yeah. I never really cared about quality too much, but I respect those people who did, because you can still watch those videos now. You know what I mean? And they still look good. But as far as oversaturation, yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from, but you got to remember, man, even back Halo 2 forum days, there'd be hundreds of videos posted a day. I mean, you go through, there'd be a few gems there, most of them were fucking shit, but they were still there.
Let's talk about Mastery, because this Mastery is a must-see for pretty much every Halo fan. So, first and foremost, how long did the intro take to film?
Oh, what, the old fucking shooting the grenades? Yeah, I'll be honest, man. It took a couple hours, man. It took a couple hours. I remember, though, I fucking... You know, the funny thing about Mastery is that I got fucking fired from this job, man, for being antisocial, right? So I was living with my girlfriend at the time, man. And I had about 6 months before I got another job, man. And I was literally... That's how I made Mastery. I was off for 6 months. I was playing day and night. And the bitch used to have a kid as well, man. So I'll be up all night, man. It sounds dodgy. I go to this room with the fucking Kindle, playing like Hulk Hogan theme tune and shit to fucking waking up for school. Because I'll still be up playing Halo, man, and all this shit. And she used to go nuts at me and all this shit. But fucking, that's how I master it. I had 6 months off, unemployed, man, because I was going through some shit. I'll tell you another thing. Fucking, actually, no, it might destroy the fucking the mythology around it a little bit. But fuck it. Yeah, when I was on that fucking thing on Sandtrap, was it not Sandtrap? What's the other one? Sandbox. I was doing the grenades. I'd try to snipe the other grenades, man. The frags or the plasmas, but I'd get one maybe. I couldn't get the two, so I went to spike grenades because they've got a slightly larger hitbox. But yeah, it only took me a couple of hours, man, because fucking I'm like count autism when it comes to fucking Halo, so. It's just like robot doing it.
So, I mean, like, Mastery featured some ridiculous clips, but everyone remembers the icicle jump on Narrows. So, speak about that clip in particular. Was that something that you've ever attempted before?
I smashed my TV a few times trying to get that in matchmaking or customs or whatever it was. Originally, Zola was supposed to edit that montage. He wanted me to take a while to get the clips right. I was really dubious about doing that clip because I think I go into a lobby, right, is this guy in montage? You can tell by the gamer tags usually. Is this guy in montage? So I wouldn't want them to see me doing that shit. So, you know what I mean? It would be every now and then. Eventually I hit it. We're playing 2v2s, MLG customs all night. I got the double kill, and I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna go for the fucking thing. And the fucking bitch spawned there, I just fucking got it. It's one of those ones where it was about 2 weeks gap of me trying it, and I thought, fuck, I'll go for it, and it happened. I tried to get it. I always wanted it to be a lightning snipe or quickscope, whatever they call it, for the triple. It was just too difficult. I got a 10 times like semi-quickscope zoom, which I was always happy with, but yeah, I tried it a number of times, but not as many as you probably think.
Did you expect Mastery to blow up the way it did?
No, not at all. That was one of the better times I've had. I was working this shit job, man, at this fucking shoe factory, man. It started at like fucking 7 in the morning. I remember fucking releasing that shit, going to work or whatever the fuck it was, and seeing people text me, fucking, Ogre2 just retweeted your montage or shit. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? This is fucking incredible, man. You get that internet high, you get that high of like, that 6 months of me being fucking unemployed, you know what I mean? At least did something with it, you know what I mean? My girlfriend wasn't too happy, but fucking Lisa made the video. But she used to like that shit as well. I got the music from that video from her, man.
So Wizard was the much anticipated sequel to Mastery, so speak about the pressure of living up to Mastery. Do you feel as if Wizard succeeded?
No. It was like trying to please a porn star, man. Way too much pressure. No, it didn't succeed. It's one of the ones I consider a bastard in my video collection. It was too early on
playing Halo 2 again to get anything that was too substantial. There were some clips in it that were good. The melee and the plasma grenade is one of my favourite clips I've ever got, ever. The spawn stick at the end, shooting the grenade, doing their cranium snipe. The majority of it, I don't even fucking remember the clips from it, to be honest. There was no way to top Mastery. I tried to continue with the sniper falling down and that sort of thing, but it was what it was, and it's still not a bad video, but it's not my best. Master was a culmination of playing Halo 3 for however many fucking years, and that sort of thing. I mean, and there's still some parts of Mastery that I don't like, but generally, not to be a narcissist, but generally the gameplay is quite good. There's a few clips in there that are still outstanding, I think. When it comes to Wizard, I'd say you probably only got 2, maybe 3 clips in there that are outstanding. But then again, that comes back to it was too soon. I actually wanted to make a Mastery 2 on Halo 3 last year. The amount of time it would have took to do was just not worth it. To me, it wasn't worth the effort. The clips I was going for was just too fucking long, man.
How pressured did you feel to put out something? Because it was pretty much, I think you released Wizard a year after Mastery, so it was like under a year of gameplay. Did you feel like an immense amount of pressure to put that out?
There was just too much, man, because people, I can't see this yet because it's going to be over the fucking top. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be unbelievable. And, it wasn't unbelievable. It was above average to good. The thing is, I didn't spend enough time in the game. I think Crossroads to Armageddon, right? If that was Wizard, then it would have been on point. Because I consider Crossroads Mastery 2, basically. It was an impossible thing to do. Like I said to you, it's like trying to do Godfire Part 3, man. It was a nightmare. It was a fucking nightmare making that video. It really was. It was more stressful than it was fun. And a lot of people forget it's supposed to be like fucking fun making this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I always felt that, like, Wizard was, like I said, it was a good video, but I feel like it was a little rushed. I feel like you could have waited.
Yeah, it's like almost forced, you know what I mean?
Right, because you wanted to get something so good out so soon, and it was just like...
Yeah. There was a lot of filler in that, and when it comes to editing stuff, Howl's Red's a great editor, but I had clashes with a lot of editors, and I find it, maybe it's just because I'm a control freak, but I try to say what's going on and, that sort of thing. They've always been very understandable with it, but, it is what it is. I mean, it's not a bad video. It's something you can go back and watch, but it's not something to be hyped up for. And I personally don't think I should have won that THF competition. I think the reason I won it was because more so my past work, you know what I mean? Right. It weren't for that video. It was just for... Because Death Machine, you got to remember Death Machine was in that contest as well. And I think Death Machine won. I consider it one of my best videos. I think that's superior to Wizard when it comes to gameplay. It was too early in the game for me to really know which direction I was going to go. At that point, you see how people like Scold, doing the button combos in high level gameplay against really, really good people. Or you had like people doing social stuff. And I tried to have a mixture of the two. I mean, like I said, it's not a bad video at all. Any video about Howl's Red's not bad. There's only 2 videos that I've done. I mean, like I said to you, Death Machine was in the contest as well. And Death Machine, by gameplay, at a much higher standard than Wizard. There's still some clips there now that I don't even know how the fuck I did, because it was pure autism. There's a Kill Tac snipe on Ascension. I remember getting the clip. My brain saw the guy, but it's pixels. When I came back on Halo 2 with Raw Hatred, it was more just of love of being back. I was never that good at Halo 2. The only time when I started getting really serious was like towards the end, when I had a few videos, like I'd say some of my best ones, like Crossroads, probably I think one of my best when it comes to gameplay. Zodiac's spawn killing and some manipulation. I like that one because there's a clip at the end, man. I tried that on Marksman. I remember I was trying that on him. He said, "Why are you red? Why are you red?" It's the one where I shot the body. It says blood on the wall. Stood, I looked at the wall and read. I come out and I killed a bitch. Because that's epic rap, man. I mean, she's a dumb bitch, man. She's a hot bitch, but she's pretty stupid. But, you know what I mean? To be able to do that, that's probably my all-time favourite clip ever, is that clip. Hiding in the blood, then coming out and surprising her, BXRing her. I mean, obviously it's not going to work against people like, Skulls or, Hustler or whatnot. I fucked Hustler up one time. I made that video Psyop. Had the microphone, man. We were playing 1v1s, and I put the shield sound effects through that fucking thing, man. And he thought I was fucking low energy, low shield, whatever. So he pushed me. I'm full shield. I fucked him up. That's one of my favorite clips. But a lot of people
you played. You know what I mean? You played the fucking shield effect, the audio.
Yeah, look it up. It's called Psyop, I think. It's really old video. We were playing 1v1, and I had the microphone by the fucking thing. And I had the shield sound effects downloaded, and I'd play it whenever he'd be throwing grenades or something like that. So he'd push, I think on one shot, and I sniped him. And it was so awkward to get that clip, because I had to pretend that I had to keep picking up the mic, right? I had to keep picking up the mic and talking because he was going through the speakers on the TV, so I could hear him. So I know he was talking. So I had to pick the mic up, saying, "Yeah," like talk really quick, like I'm fucking high on crack or something. But yeah, that's a good clip. But a lot of people don't really understand that, I guess.
The problem with Wizard with me was that it came out too quick. Like, Mastery was supposed to be the culmination of like your entire Halo 3 experience. Like, when I watch Mastery,
Yeah.
I think this is pretty much your entire experience on the game.
Yeah, it came together very well, and I agree with you because Wizard was rushed, and a lot of it was very forced. So me and Halsray couldn't agree on stuff, or I just couldn't get the gameplay, or whatever it was. And then you had the expectations, or the when's it coming out, and then you get tired of playing, and it's like it becomes a chore to get the clips.
A lot of people, they tend to like discredit your clips because of like who they're on. Do you purposely not play with certain people?
No, I will play with anyone. There's certain people I won't play with just because I don't like them on a personal basis, because I just don't like them as a person, and they don't like me. I've had some amazing clips, right, but the people aren't shooting back, for example. So I always want to try show that these people are putting up a fight, and I always say it to people: put up a fucking fight, because you have people saying, "Show this, show that." No, I said, fucking play, man, because you do have that.
Every time that you've clipped me, and you've got some good clips, I was trying.
Yeah.
And you know that.
Yeah.
You know that I tried.
You know that I smashed my fucking controller because of you. We were playing midship FFAs, and you'd be doing your most to piss me off. It's a psychological thing. So you'd be spawning like a midship on the basement. I'll be P2 like blitzing people, and you'll be put shots from doorway. You'll be in a gunfight. I'm top mid, and you'll ignore the guy to shoot me. And I appreciate that because you do need that, and I do completely agree with that because it is part of it. And I try to select my clips to show that these people are trying against me, and people will say that these people aren't the best or whatever. Tell you what, a lot of those people, since playing with me, Hustler, or whoever it was, over say a period of a year, I've got pretty competent at playing Halo.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Even Starsky, when we were dating, what we're going to call it, she was fucking awful Halo 2, man.
Yeah,
but the more she played in those lobbies, she got better. Started to learn the button combos, those sort of things, man.
She got way better. I mean, I remember the first time I got BXR'd by her, I'm like, what?
The more you play in those lobbies, the more adequate, or you get. It's the way it is, So yeah, no, I understand. When those people say those things, I've never presented myself as a professional player or anything like that. So they're barking up the wrong tree. A lot of these things, and we spoke about this before, it doesn't matter who you are, you're not going to dodge a quad shot. No. You're not going to dodge a snipe. You're not going to dodge certain things, and RBX up close if I got you. It doesn't matter who you are.
That's why I've always, every time someone's ever told me, that you're getting clips on lesser players, I'm like, well, despite the fact that I'm playing on like, EU host most of the time, at least, the past couple years, you could compete at a high level on 10 cents. I'm not saying I'm the best FFA player or anything, but like, what I am saying is you have a very good, understanding of the button mechanics, and you have a very good close range, and like, you're not going to dodge an RRBX or a BXR. Like, if you lunge, you're going to get the kill.
It's not going to happen. I remember this one, I made this bullshit video years ago on Halo 3. It was called, I think it was Zodiac Killer. Some gay ass name or something. And I remember I rocketed someone a prediction on was it Construct? It's Construct, the Halo 3 map, isn't it?
Yep.
We got the gold lift. And I shot them from was it R2 or one of the fucking legs going up. Predicted it. I remember Rux, and Rux is a really, really good player.
Yeah, he is.
And he's an asshole. And he'll tell you that. He's an asshole. But he said it was about that person wasn't good enough. But the point is, I said on the comment, would Native have dodged that? And that's the point, because there's some things that are just mechanical skill, especially in Halo 2, that it doesn't matter who the person is, that they can't do anything about it. If you've got that button glitch, and I understand the argument where you'd have a really high level player, right? And you can say, well, if he was a high level player, he would have known to position him here. But there's nuances to it. You can play people on these games, man. You can do slight things on the radar to make them think you're doing something else. Like I said, I've never been a high level player. I used to go to LANs and tournaments, stuff like that, and I always underperformed, especially in tournaments. I remember going out to fucking that Beyond tournament, and it was 2v2, and my fucking partner, we got on there 2v2, and he was drunk. And I always used to get nervous when it comes to tournaments, like really nervous. And I get nervous at anything in life, anything in real life. I get nervous at all. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything. Don't get nervous at all. But these things I always get nervous on. And we got fucked up. It was Sims and Batchford, and we lost to them. I never lived that shit down, man. My partner was drunk, but it's one of those things I always underperform with that. The reason why over the years I've played with people who might be new to the game is because when I first started getting into the montage scene,
and I'm sure you did this, or a lot of people did this. On Halo 2, you had the in-game friends list or whatever. I'd be sending friend requests to every montage maker out there. Can I play with you? This sort of stuff, that sort of stuff. And none of them ever responded, ever. So if somebody messaged me saying, I really like your videos, can we play? Yes, yeah, you can. I understand if you're doing hardcore customs, which I rarely do, admittedly. I do them sometimes, don't get me wrong. I still enjoy those. Yeah, I don't play midship ball because I just don't enjoy it. I'm not going to go pro in Halo 2, am I? I don't do streaming, I don't do anything like that. So I want to play stuff that I enjoy. I mean, I can play lockout 2v2s, which I have done, 10 hours straight, because it's just fucking fun, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It goes back to the old argument, which a lot of people nowadays won't really gel with, is that you remember the social versus MLG, like fucking MLG stuff is watching like high level Tiger Woods shit, right? You're looking at the nuances of how he plays that stuff. Social gameplay is hitting a hole in one off the wall, bouncing off a fucking windmill through fucking air. It's a very different thing. You've seen people like, for example, Snipe Down or a lot of the top pros, when they try to do social gameplay, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And same with vice versa. But the difference is that when it comes to the MLG gameplay, right, and this is what a lot of people don't talk about, is that it's about the opportunity. If I had the opportunity to play with a lot of these people, then maybe something would happen. The more I play with them, I get better, and then something would happen. But I don't have an opportunity to play with Ogre 2, Ogre 1, fucking all these people, man. Matchmaking is the only high level thing we have, because I don't have the opportunity to play with those people. And I'm not going to grind to go to that level where I'm going to these things, because I don't care enough. And people should know that. I think the thing about high level Halo is that, and I'm not going to pretend that I've played a high level Halo, really, really, truly high level Halo, because I haven't. But the difference is that I think if you have discipline to do this sort of stuff when it comes to montaging, you could have the same discipline to go, at that high level sort of thing. I don't have a problem with losing. I'm all about fucking learning, mate. The problem is that I don't have the opportunity to play with high level people. And I mean, high level people now, yes, sure. But back in the day when it really, really meant something, no. Because you know how difficult it was to get into those lobbies, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
The point is that the people I play with now is a mixture, so there's people who are learning, intermediate, and then you've got very good people. Yourself, for example. I consider Ernest, when he's not fucking flipping out, going mad, he's an extremely good player. When he's playing with Skulls, Blackhawk, those sorts of people, even on American Host, I can still hold my own.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of things. So when people say about that sort of, to me, it's just it's a lazy argument. Anybody who's put the amount of hours into making content would know that it's a lazy argument. You know what I mean? I read the comments and I can say, well, fair enough, yeah. I'm not playing against fucking, Pistola. But then my argument back, I have the opportunity. And they can say back, well, you haven't put the effort in. It's because I don't want to put the effort in. I don't want to be a pro gamer. I'm doing this shit for fun. You got to remember that.
Death Machine 2 was intended to be your final project, but then again, so was Mastery. So speak about variables like pressure and burnout and how they affect your morale and motivation to create content.
Well, I'm burned out now. It's burned out after Death Machine 2, but I still consider Death Machine 2 a very good video, because Wonderland's an amazing editor. Amazing editor. There was a couple of clips on there I probably I'd take out now, but there's still a lot of stuff in there that I think is very good. So you questioned me before the recording, and you asked if Rocket from God was staged, but I told you people obviously found out by now it was a triple wheel glitch that Huster was doing. That was kind of B-roll stuff. I saved that and thought maybe I could do, because we were trying something else. I can't remember what the fuck we were trying, but we were trying something else. But when I saw the rocket come down over his head, I thought, maybe I can do something with that. Stuff like that, like small things. I think Death Machine 2 is a good video, but it's one of those things where when it comes to an internet high or that sort of thing, it's very difficult to stop. I love the game. I still love it now, but I haven't played it in months. But it's a very addictive thing, because it's almost like a comfort zone. Because you go back to it, you know the people, you know where you stand, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, it's just pure fun making videos. I really enjoy making those videos. There's only a few of them that were really stressful. They never came out good, so you know which ones they are. I had the Burnout, but I always knew that, for example, the RRBX Star in Death Machine 2 Shadow Hands. Yep. It took me about 6 months to get that. It might not be the build up to the jar might not be the best thing ever, but I got it. You get Burnout off shit like that. But the thing that made me really stop caring wasn't the videos or the content I was putting out. It was more so, like I said to you before, the community, the way it was going. You know what I mean? So that was my biggest burnout.
I'll tell you how it is. And a lot of legacy Halo players and content creators will tell you this, the same thing, that it's bittersweet because you spend a lot of time getting very, very, very good gameplay for only a minute audience to see it, which is fine because that minute audience respects it, understands it. But at the same time, the other side of the coin is you get extremely angry, well, at least I do, when you see people doing clickbait videos, you know, like we spoke about earlier, or just bullshit. It's not content. It's not to the same level. There's absolutely no comparison. When you have people doing reaction, blah, blah, all this stuff, all fucking Halo Reach, blah, blah, or news. I want to hear about that shit, man, because it's not content. It's lazy. It's lazy. It's the lowest common denominator, and all it's for is money.
Well, that's why I don't like Twitch, is because like of all the people.
I don't like it at all because because it's bastardized the community. It's whoring out a brand with no real depth. And there's some streamers, I don't watch them, I respect them. Trunks, Ishii, what's his name, Eli, people like that. That's fine. In my opinion, they've paid their dues, right? But the majority of them are leeches and parasites because it's quite easy to make a buck if you've got a gimmick. MCC might be an old, slightly dead game, but it's still a hardcore following, right? And it's still going to be a casual audience as well. So when it comes to these people on Twitch, especially the e-girls or the overreaction people, like Action Man, for example. I don't know the guy, he might be a nice guy. I've heard he's gone through some tough shit similar to me, which I admire. But as far as his persona on his Twitch, it's dumbed down content. It's the lowest common denominator. It's bullshit. It's trash TV. And that's why I left the community, because that's where it's going now. Instead of making montages and stuff like that and having some integrity, people do this. There's a few young guys who I do respect. The Trukio, I think he's a cunt, but I respect his character and I respect what he's done with his videos and how he's progressed himself and he stayed true to what he's doing. Go, people like that. Twisted. These people knew they're not going to get a paycheck out of this shit.
But my question is, can you do both?
You can, but you're talking, you can name it on one hand. Ishii, for example, I don't know him very well personally, but I respect all the videos he's made. He's been making montage for a very, very long time, right? So in my opinion, he can do what the fuck he wants. He's paid his dues. If he wants to Twitch, whatever, I ain't got no fucking problem with that. Same with Trunks. I have no problem with old schoolers doing that shit at all. Furion, anyone like that. I just get angry when you have people coming in with, and it does go back to that elitism sort of mindset, I suppose. So it might come across as obnoxious. I don't respect this sort of thing because to me it's not, you're not earning your dues.
Is montages, is that the only way to earn your dues? Because I mean, can't you just be a competitive player? Can't you be
Oh, of course, but you know, my sphere thing is video making, so that's what I base it on. Is that obviously you can have people? I mean, I'm sure there's people I haven't heard of that are amazing competitive players. You know, I mean, the guy I used to play with, Abdul, what's his name? Fear on Halo 3. He got very far in the Halo 3 2v2 tournament, for example. I mean, we used to just purely play together, but he'd be sweating his ass off in customs to try and get as good as he could in that way, competitive sense, and I'd be trying to hit clips, but still trying hard, that sort of thing. So you can have both. For example, Ishii or Eli, I think it is a very good example. You know, like I said, I don't even know them that well. I've known Ishii for a few years, but only as far as an acquaintance in the Halo community. But he's someone I have respect for because he's made videos, he's put the effort in, that sort of thing. And so if he wants to do that, that's fine. I have no problem with it. It's more so, and as cliche as it sounds, it's not just e-girls, but it's anybody who does that sort of stuff. Shout as loud as you can, create followers off young, impressionable people, earn money. That's my line of argument, that I don't like that for that reason.
So what type of content is lazy content to you? Or I guess the easier question would be, what's not lazy content?
What's easy content? Well, montages aren't easy content. Even if you're bad at Halo, making a montage isn't easy. You still have to put the time and effort into it. Lazy content is generally stuff you find on Twitch, or people who are high profile on Twitch, or high profile in the, what's it called, the grassroots program? Is that what Free call it? That sort of thing. So you can generally tell it with most YouTubers, is there'll be an image on the thumbnail of a ridiculous face, and then blah blah, maybe a red circle, then a very clickbaity title. I don't have to name names, but I will. I don't give a fuck if you want me to. I'm sure most people know who they are already. But somebody said something to me where, you know, I had a lot of anger towards these people, and I lashed out on Twitter while I was under the influence. The person said to me that say 5 years from now, nobody's going to be watching that content, but they'll still be watching my montages, my videos that I made. You know what I mean? Because their stuff's knee-jerk reaction sort of content. It's very lazy and superficial. Like we spoke about soul earlier in the community, there is no soul. The older you get and the more you're into the community, the more you sniff it out. When it comes to reactionary videos or news videos or clickbait or whatever the fuck you want to call it, the lazy stuff, I'll get angry over it for a few minutes, then I'll be over it and I'll remember it. And people who watch it won't remember it either because there was no effort to it. That's what I've kind of learned since I left the community, is that I used to get extremely angry and wind myself up about that, because I'd be putting in months and months and months of 10 hours a day playing to try and get the best possible clips to make a video. Yet somebody could take some screenshots and they'll get 100,000 views, for example, that sort of thing. I've kind of let that shit go now, man, because like I said, people are still watching Master and it's been, 4 or 5 years. So I'm sure it'll be the same for most of my videos. So nowadays, I don't even have any hard feelings about those people anymore, because, maybe I made some mistakes as well and said some shit that I shouldn't have under the influences, usual. It's just the way it is, man. I ain't going to dwell on that. It's just the way the world works. So I think you're similar to me, where you've tried to make a conscious change, because I've always tried to make a conscious change of making more good content to people, tell people make content, blah blah blah, that sort of thing. I've always tried to do that, make more content. It's all it is, just make content, be creative, do your own thing. But unfortunately, I think that whole sort of if you will, corporate kind of linear pathway of what's happening now will continue, especially into Infinite.
Prior to the MCC update, I was uploading maybe 2-3 videos a year.
Yeah.
And they were just montages. Like, they weren't anything. It was just, a collection of gameplay.
Yeah.
But I started to realize that my influence, that I had a little bit of influence in the community. Not like, not to,
I agree. I agree. I agree, dude, because you're an old head like me, and you probably know more about a lot of stuff when it comes to Halo. Communities or whatever it is than me. You're more tactful as well, so that's why people will probably listen to you more, because you've got your head screwed on right, and you do know what you're talking about, and you can back it up.
I've made videos about current events and things like that, and
But the difference is, Tommy, the difference is if you're talking about stuff that's, for example, recent news, it's coming from someone, the majority of the community who knows what's going on, respect. So, for example, I'll watch your videos because I respect your opinion, because you know what's going on, you know your history, you know what's happening in the community, blah blah blah, that sort of thing. The reason that I don't like the other people is because it's more so they'll try to stretch it to 10 minutes, fill it with bullshit, and they don't know what the fuck they're on about. To them, it's about ad revenue. You might go on tangents, but you do know your stuff, like me. It's not about, with you, I don't think it is at all. It's not about getting a fan base or a narcissistic thing.
Because if it was about ad revenue for me, I monetize my videos. There's ads in my videos, but I would be making videos about everything. I would have made one about E3 2019. I'd be making reaction videos. I would be making videos about Master Chief's birthday.
That's why I left the community, because people are going that way. It's quantity over quality, and a lot of it is through this Twitch and YouTube crossover, where it's false personas, where people are building up this character, for example, so they can get a following, and they're linking to the YouTube. It's extremely soulless, and I think the majority of it is about money. The community is going that way, because the community is small enough as it is, so you've got people that are going to try drain every little bit out of it. So those are the figureheads of it, right? So these big Twitch people, blah, 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 grassroots, blah, 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 okay. People who are getting into the scene, for example, see that, it's just going to create more content like that. People like us, the dinosaurs, Tommy. That's why I realised that and I left. So I made Crossroads, which was, I think, probably the best I could do. And I'd love to make more videos. I just don't see the point, because the frustration, I'm on this level, even though I've put in this much work. These people on this level, they're putting this much work. It's a basic human thing where you're obviously going to compare yourself to people.
Comparison is the thief of joy. And, I think when it comes down to it, don't you want to make videos because you love them? Instead of looking at the view counts, I understand the views are going to...
Yeah. And I do see after Mastery, when that blew up, I kind of went on that whole thing of if I don't make a video that hits this amount of views, it's shit. Or like, for example, like fucking FaZe were looking for me to fucking join their little clan or whatever. I'm never into that. If I went down that route, then a lot of those videos wouldn't be made that I made in the last couple of years, man.
Wait, you said that FaZe was
It took
trying to
me-
like get you in there.
Yeah, they were looking for me on. I made a Twitter because you can actually still Google it, and there's a thing. I can't remember who it was. I mean, I think it was Jev or some shit. It says obviously Hyena of a Twitter because after Mastery blew up, they want to get me in that. So I made a Twitter for that, but I was never interested in that. I mean, I wanted to do it because I thought I could have an income off it because I was obviously unemployed when I made Mastery. Then I got a job and I just lost interest. So I think that's what happened to Campy, because he was doing it as a hobby. But when you've got a contract or whatever it is with these people, and you have to produce a certain thing at a certain time, a certain length, you lose that creative freedom. Then it does become a job. It becomes a chore. So that's why I think he left the community and he stopped uploading, because he stopped loving what he was doing.
Well,
because
Campy, did you hear about that one guy, Tfue?
It rings a bell, yeah.
Okay, so he's like one of the biggest streamers in the world right now. He's like 1 or 1A to Ninja. He's like up there. He had a dispute recently with FaZe about his contract, and he had signed a contract a couple of years ago, I guess, with FaZe, and it was a shit contract. They were taking like a lot of the money, you know, so he wasn't getting a lot of money.
He can't trust them. Them fuckers are dodgy as fuck.
I don't know the exact details, but apparently, like, you know, FaZe was like ripping him off, and so he.
Well, they fucked Campy over.
Well, see, that's what I think.
Well, you know what I think it was. It might be. You might be right there, but I think it's probably a combination of what I said and what you just said.
Oh,
so
no, yeah,
thought,
100%. Like,
he said, fuck it. He said, fuck it. I'm walking away from this. I don't know Tony that well, man. He seems like a real stand-up guy. Maybe he's a little naive. He's not streetwise in some ways, but he seems like a really good guy, man. But here's the thing. If someone loves Halo that much, and Tony did, he loved the community, he loved making them videos, man. Why the fuck would he go silent for so long, man? You know there's something dodgy going on there, man.
Again, in my opinion, like, when you sign a contract, you have to adhere by whatever the contract says. So, like, if you can't tweet, you can't tweet. If you can't do this, if you can't upload a video, you can't do, you know, so there's a lot of weird stipulations.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Tommy, if he was released from this contract or whatever, surely he'd have to change his YouTube handle or his Twitter, because it's still under the FaZe banner, isn't it?
Yeah, but maybe he's still under contract, because he only disappeared 2 years ago, and from what I understand, Tfue...
Usually a contract that's like 1 year, isn't it?
Well, no, because Tfue's contract was apparently 2 or 3. That's why I'm saying, like, it makes sense that, like, I don't know if Campy could just, like, disappear and not honor the contract. I don't know how that works. But what I will say is, like, he just disappeared, and he's not dead, because people
maybe it was a business move, because when he disappeared, it built up the mythology of him.
Maybe. That could
but I don't think Campy's that sort of guy, because I think he's very transparent. Like I said, I don't know him personally very well. What I've heard from people who speak to him and know him personally, he seems like a very transparent person.
Yeah.
I think if it was something along those lines, it would have come out. So maybe he had pressure on his shoulders, because obviously he was, you know, the Halo FaZe guy. So he had to push stuff, and he had to please the Halo community and the COD community. You know, so he was fucked either way. So I mean, maybe that fucked with his head. Who knows, man?
Talk about the Zodiac influence, because I'm still trying to figure out some of these fucking ciphers. Like,
it's a genuine interest. It's not me trying to be edgy or any of that gay shit. It's something I've been researching for a very long time. You know, one of the first books I read when I was a kid was on Jack the Ripper. So I've always had an interest in this sort of stuff. I can't tell you why, but I just find it interesting. But Zodiac especially, because obviously he taunted the police, killed 5 people, which was confirmed, sent ciphers, which only one of them's been solved, and never been caught. To me, he's kind of got that mythology of this, almost like a supervillain. Me putting that in, for example, Death Machine 2, the intro, had that sort of link up of the mythology sort of thing. I mean, it was a Halo 2 montage, yet I used a Halo 3 armor. That's why I did that, because it's part of the mythology. You know what I mean? It's just to do with that. I mean, I do have a massive interest in that stuff, you know. And to be honest, I mean, over the last few months, I mean, you know about my situation. I'm not going to go into it over this interview, but I've been trying to read less about that sort of stuff, because while the majority of it is just research, there is a part there that's a link up. That's all I'm going to say on that. But yeah, a lot of people didn't like Executing the Thought Criminals. That video I made a long time ago, and had the letter about it. It was the Sherry Jo Bates letter. So she was young and beautiful, blah, 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 that sort of thing. I actually cut that one down, because there's a lot more to it, but I cut it down to fit the video. But I used that just because I wanted to see. Nobody's done this before, so I just thought, I really enjoyed this audio. It's got a lot of power to it. Let me put some okay gameplay to it. I did that with, you remember the Spirit World? I consider that one my best, because the audio from that was very strange at the time, compared to the gameplay was extremely good as well. I still think now some of that gameplay is very good. So it was kind of like a strange juxtaposition, but also linked, you know what I mean? So it's difficult to articulate because I don't even know how my own brain works. You know what I mean? I think most people don't. So it's very difficult to articulate.
So speaking of, gameplay, Crossroads to Armageddon definitely
Yeah.
features some of your best Halo 2 gameplay. And we've spoke about...
I think the best, that I've ever done, yeah.
I mean, and we've spoke about this before, but talk about feeling underappreciated as a content creator when your videos don't do as well as you hope.
Well, I put a lot of time into Crossroads because I knew I was getting towards the end of my thing. And I want to, like, as you'd say, in quotes, retire on a high. So I want to get the best I want to push myself to get the best shit. Aesthetically, it's stylish, and also mechanically, like combos. So I pushed myself really, really hard for that video. Really hard. Probably the hardest is mastery. So I really want to make an impact on that, saying, I'm going now. This is a video. Remember me. Right? That sort of thing. And I think it's that double-edged sword because people obviously loved it, and they're praising it or whatever it is. Especially the right people, old heads, whatever it is. I still get that nagging thing in the back of my mind that, this pussy just released a video on top 10 Forerunner dicks, and he's got 10 times views. So that's why after that I used to get drunk and just go on Twitter and start arguments, man, because I get so angry. You know what I mean? Now I don't care because, like I said earlier, people will still be watching Crossroads in, say, 10 years if the Halo community is still alive. But they won't be watching that. I'm cool with it now. It's the way it is. I know I made a good video. People know I made a good video. So I might have said some stuff over the internet, whatever. I'm not a bad person. I just made bad decisions. But it shouldn't reflect on the videos I've made.
Again, people could say what they want about you, and obviously you've been vocal about certain things. Do I think you're a bad person? Should anybody else think? I don't believe so. And even if you were a bad person,
well,
it shouldn't have any bearing on your videos.
Exactly. I mean, look at Roman Polanski, for example. I mean, a lot of his films are revered. He's also a child molester. It's that sort of thing, Same with Nirvana or whatever it is. I'm not comparing myself to that or anything at all. There's no ego here. But you got to separate the stuff, There's people I don't like in the community that I really don't like, but I've watched their videos. I've said it's fucking good. You know what I mean? I'll give them respect and I'll fucking say it's good. I think they're a cunt, but if you make a good video, I'm not gonna bullshit them. It's a good fucking video. They deserve that respect. You know what I mean? It's more about networking and echo chambers. That's why I've left, Tommy, because it's not real anymore in my mind or the way I see it. And I think a lot of OGs feel like that as well. If that's elitist, then so be it. That's the way I feel. I think you probably understand that very well.
I do, but I've told you many, many, many times, off screen, off camera, off whatever, like, people, they do love and respect you and adore you, and they look forward to your videos, and they want to see you do well, and even if you put out videos just like this, just talking to people, I think they would appreciate that.
See, I massively appreciate that sort of stuff. I mean, that's part of why I did keep uploading, because it's like a pub. You get the regulars there, that sort of thing. But I think more so it was a personal thing for me where I get fucked up and I cause internet, whatever it was, drama or whatever you want to call it, as a form of projection. I went about it the wrong way. I don't really know how to explain it. I massively appreciate the love that I get on stuff or whatever it is. I read every fucking comment, it doesn't matter who the fuck it is. I don't care if you're fucking old school, fucking new school, that sort of shit. Anybody who takes the time to watch my videos, whether you like it or not. Yeah, man, I'm rambling a little bit, man, but fucking, I don't know, it's just the fucking way it goes, man. I mean, I think the Halo community knows it's got a lot of fucking problems, and
it does, and that's why
I've always used those videos as an outlet. You know what I mean? So I use it as that outlet, but then when you compare yourself to other things, you get mad, blah blah, and you go that vicious loop, a cycle. You know what I mean?
I've thought a lot about just stopping, like not making videos, like, because when when the August update came out and they fucked up Halo 2 and they fucked up the playlist and they fucked up Halo 3, like, I thought, you know what, I'm done. The reason why I keep uploading is because people keep watching, and it's like I almost feel like I'm letting people down.
Is it therapeutic to you as well? I mean, in the sense that you enjoy doing it and it's a good out. It's a positive outlet.
Yeah, it is, because like,
but I said, I don't know if you remember. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but many years ago on that Q&A, the only part of that Q&A I remember was when I said, if I didn't have Halo, I'd be building bombs. So since I stopped playing Halo, I've been homeless, fucking arrested, all sorts of crazy shit. Because Halo was a positive outlet. I'd make videos and I'd get that nasty side and I'd put it into these videos as an outlet. But the problem is when you feel like the outlet isn't worth doing anymore, then everybody becomes an enemy.
But
And
you have
lash
to,
out.
but you have to question why it isn't worth doing, because when you compare yourself to other content creators and
Yeah,
because someone else has 200K subs and they make videos about campaign Easter eggs, well, that's like their own prerogative. Like, you don't like that content, but which you have to understand.
But Tommy, you got to remember, I'm a human, so you know, I am, you know, I'm fallible. So I have, you know, issues like everyone else. So that'll be one of my issues, for example, where it's not a form of rejection. It's more so I'm not an attention whore in any sense, but it's just I don't know how to articulate it, but it's just a simple human thing. So that's why I walked away, because it wasn't making me feel good anymore. It was making me angry all the time.
Right.
And I'm not going to get angry over people that I met a few of them maybe once or twice. I'm not going to get angry anymore over words over the internet, because there's no point. It's out of my control.
When you upload a video, doesn't, like, I feel like a lot of times people tend to focus on the negatives about something rather than the positives. Like, you have so much love and support from people. I mean, does that not make you happy when, like, you upload a video and get...
Massively. Well, it's not about the praise, it's more about a connection, which goes back to the Halo forum stuff, or people I've met on Halo, for example. You, Ernest, you know, freaking many people, Hustler. It's almost like a companionship thing. Not to say, you know, I'm not some, you know, raging autist that, you know, can't socialise with people in the real world, because I can quite happily and easily. But it's a common interest where the passions overlapped and you meet people that you get on with. So I miss that a lot, because my interests in real life, for example, you know, are very difficult to meet people over. You know, I can't go to, you know, meetings on Waffen SS history, for example, and you know, meet people. That was one of the biggest reasons why I kept making videos, was that companionship sort of thing and that sense of belonging.
Doesn't making other people happy make you happy?
I love it when one of my favourite comments ever was this guy said that he watches his my videos with his son. They watch them together. I can't remember who the bloke's name was. It was, I don't know, it was YouTube. It was one of the YouTube comments like a few years ago. Always remember that one. Favourite comment ever. Watch the video with his son, because me and my dad used to watch montage together. So I do massively enjoy bringing, you know, entertainment to people. But you know, there's the time we got to hang the boots up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. And again, I'm speaking for everyone here, but I'm sure that they'd back me up. But I mean, even if you just put up a video of you talking, you know, you could have a fucking black screen of you just talking, and I'm sure people would like watch your videos and just want to interact with you.
Yeah, and I mean, I do appreciate that, but it goes back to my own personal thing where if I was going to put something on the channel, it had to be something worth watching.
Correct, right? Yeah,
So,
I understand that.
Because people go to my channel to watch good Halo content. There's only a few that would go to watch me talk about.
Well, I mean, your Q&A had, you know, however many thousand views, so it's, you know, pretty interesting.
Sure, but I think, well, that was a few years ago, so I'm not one of these Twitch personalities, that crazy character, I wear a fake mustache, I get my tits out, so...
All I'm going to say is when this video comes out, read the comments.
Well, you know, I will read the comments, you know, good or bad, and I'll be interested to see. You know, I'm always real. I've never to hide, and you know, I'm always real, to my detriment a lot of the time. But you know, I've been thinking about making a video, but the thing, you know, I even have an Xbox at the moment. You know, I'm not.
You'll get it. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I've moved places, so once I get on my feet, sort stuff out, then maybe, because I was thinking about going back to Halo 3. I think by the time that happens, probably fucking Infinite will be out. When's that out? Fucking this year or next year?
Next year, the fourth quarter of next year. So I think like September, October next year.
Oh, okay. Have they released any gameplay yet?
No.
Typical.
So
well, it can't get any worse, can it?
At this point, not really.
I did play Halo 5, and you know, it wasn't a bad game. It just, like I said, it lacks soul, man. It lacks so much soul. The same as Reach when it comes to the Forge maps. It just felt like that. It felt very, almost one-dimensional. There was, I think, too many cooks in the kitchen. You look at CE. What was it? One or two guys who made that, the multiplayer?
I think CE. I'm pretty sure the multiplayer was made in like a fucking day or something. Like something. It was like really quick.
It was made very short time. I think it's by one or two guys.
Yeah.
And that's revealed as one of the most hardcore and skillful and also fun multiplayer console experiences you can have.
I think CE has the highest skill gap of any Halo.
Yeah, I think it teamwork wise.
And I'm bad. I'm terrible at Halo 1.
It's a hard one. Yeah, no, I'm not very good either. Because you play good people on 2v2 on Halo CE, and you'll be lucky to get 10 kills.
Yeah, I just get spawn kill. I get like literally
But-
fucking destroyed on Halo 1.
But the difference is with CE and 2 is that in CE one player can't make a difference. In Halo 2, if you're playing 4v4s, 2s, whatever it is, you can have one guy go on a terror because he's using button combos, he's in the zone, he knows what's going on, he's fucking everyone up. One player can make a difference. In Halo 3, it was always about fucking team shooting, which I always found very boring. Reach, I stopped following Halo after Reach.
I think everybody did.
I watched some. I remember when they took the Bloom out, and that was okay.
Yeah, in
but
2011,
it was just so dull, and these Forge maps and the base maps were so terrible because they ripped them from the campaign. You know what I mean? That's the only Halo campaign I never played was Halo Reach.
What about Halo? What about Halo 4? Did you like that game?
Yeah, yeah, that's a really good game. The only good thing about Halo 4 was I thought some of the music was quite good because it was very different. It was very haunting sort of music. I thought that was good in Halo 4. I don't think there's anything else in Halo 4 that's redeemable apart from Bonnie Ross. That's it. Halo 4 is honestly the worst game I've ever played ever.
Would you fuck Bonnie Ross?
Mate, I fuck with your dick and mine. I'd fuck the shit out of that bitch, man. Honestly, I think she's hot, man. She's got that pseudo dyke thing going on where if you came to bar, you're like, oh, I'm not too sure. But if you worked it a little bit, man, she'd be doing dirty shit, man. I guarantee. I'm gonna Google it right now. Is Bonnie Ross a lesbian or not? I'm gonna Google it right now. What's it? What do you reckon? What's your bet?
I'd say she's probably bi.
Bi, yeah. She does dress kind of manly, doesn't she? But then I guess some of those fucking Bonnie Ross lesbians come with respect yourself, protect yourself, Latina girls and sexual identity. Alright, let's forget that. But let's go back to the talking. I was so mad. Halo 4 happened in Halo 5. I was so angry that I was so crazy about that, man. If I had the opportunity, I would have done something, man. If I could have, man. I'm just saying that. I really would have. I really would have. I was so mad.
He's kidding, by the way.
Oh, well, no. I mean, this is years ago, so I'll be honest now. I mean, if I was in America, I really would have. Because, I mean, like I said, the Halo's been a big part of my life, as it has been yours. So to have something, you know, bastardized so badly and fuck up what you know, it's a difficult thing.
What's your take? What's your take on modern and classic Halo? Like, do you think that Halo Infinite should take the more classic route, or what's your opinion?
I think it's going to do a bit of both. So I think it'll be because in Halo 5 they tried to do the CE route where you go with the pistol and that sort of stuff. But the problem is that the hitboxes are so big and the magnetism is so large. You know that as far as I remember, the Magnum didn't have a spread like CE, correct? In Halo 5, yeah. So in CE, you had a pattern. You had a pattern to the bullets, so you could predict the pattern majority of the time. As far as I remember, anyway.
I didn't even know that. So I'm learning something new.
Well, as far as I know, yeah, in CE there was a pattern to it. There was like the first bullet I think was to the left, then to the top, then to the right, slightly. If I remember correctly, anyway. The problem with Halo 5 was it could have been a really good game if they made more maps and fucking fixed hitbox, fixed magnetism, and fucked off working on all that microtransaction bullshit. Because I think Halo 5, yeah, it could have been alright, man. I don't agree with all the sprint or thrusters, all that faggot camber shit. Because it doesn't even overcomplicate stuff. It makes it less. It makes it less, man.
The one thing that I don't like about games is the useless animations. For example, like clamber, you can't do anything while you're clambering, so like you lose the ability to shoot back. You can't do anything while you're sprinting, so you lose the ability to shoot back. In Halo 5, after you YY, you can't even zoom in right away after you YY.
Well, I mean, it's like clamber, for example. You're taking the skill out of crouch jumps or stuff like that, and people say you can do that. You can do that little. What's that little thing where you hover in the air and then you ground pound and latch on stuff?
Yeah, I think it's called hover. I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck it's called. It's bullshit. But it's just adding unnecessary stuff. I think they learned a lot from their mistake on Halo 4 because if you look at their interviews when they're making Halo 4, I remember specifically reading that they were all playing. Was it Black Ops 1 or 2? One of them. They're playing it all the time in the office. So that's probably where they got loads of their stuff from, with the loadouts and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, all that shit, man. And the +10 for a kill on the screen. Halo 4 is an abomination, and anybody who tries to defend it, no, I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck who you are. You be anyone, I don't give a fuck. You're wrong. Halo 4 is a piece of shit. It really is. It really is. Multiplayer wise, it is the biggest piece of shit. I'd rather jerk off my dad than play that ever again. I fucking hate it. I generally still have anger for that game. Halo 5 was different. I think it was a step in the right direction. What I don't understand is, like, I watched some of the pro stuff, for example, on Twitch, pro game stuff like that. But why didn't they utilize the Forge more? Because that Forge was, and credit where credit's due, that Forge was unbelievable. They, you know what I mean? Why didn't they utilize that for the pro circuit when it comes? I mean, Halo 3 had Onslaught and fucking Amplified, for fuck's sake, Amplified, and they didn't put any Forge maps in the circuit, or did they? I don't know.
I didn't really follow it, so I have no idea. But I know they used a lot of like the default maps.
Well, it's ridiculous. I mean, why have such a powerful tool and not use it?
Incompetence.
You know what I mean? Because there's so many. Well, that's 343's legacy, and that's the truth.
Yeah. So what's next for Hyena? I mean, is there any plans for you to create more content, or I know you said you don't have an Xbox right now, so it's kind of hard, but.
Well, I've got a load of clips saved from that DayZ. I was going to make a video of that, but not on Office Hyena channel. I've got another channel. I don't use Office Hyena anymore, so I don't see notifications or any Halo videos. I've got another channel. I was going to make a DayZ video of you read the book The Most Dangerous Game. So it's about this guy called Count Zaroff, who basically he hunts humans. Basically, when I play DayZ, I've got all these different ways of killing people. So I go up to them and I put a gun to their head, and if they've got no weapons, so I put your hand behind your back, I fucking handcuff them. Got this all on video. I love it. And the good thing is you can hear their voices through like the actual recording. So I walk them through to a bit with zombies, let off a gunshot and run off as what them get mauled by zombies, stuff like that. Or I'll leave a trap somewhere and somebody comes to it and I blow the head off. Stuff like it's not exciting as Halo, but I enjoy doing it. So I made a video for me, and it'll be something along the lines of like Count Zaroff, like hunting humans for sport, that sort of thing. I really can't see myself making a Halo video anytime soon. I don't know what Infinite will be like. I have to wait and see. But I didn't make any videos for Halo 5, so very much down when I make it for Halo 6, because I think our scene's too far. It's too far gone. It's going to be Twitch people. I have to play the game first, obviously, but I don't think I can fall in love with the game for 343, because I haven't yet. I spent 15 years playing it. I don't think it's going to happen because they're not the same people. So I don't see myself making a video. I did want to make Mastery 2 on Halo 3. I was thinking about it last year. Like I said, it just takes too much fucking time. Too much time and too much stress. I've got better things to do. I've always been all or nothing, Tommy, when it comes to these things. If I have an idea for a video or something along those lines, then that's my main focus. Like I said, I made that tweet on Halo's birthday, wherever it was. There's been a lot of unsatisfied girlfriends because when I'm focused on it, I want to get it done and get that idea out of my head onto the video. You know what I mean? So I've always been all or nothing. I can't just do little highlights or whatever. I can't do it because it wouldn't be fair to the people who've watched my videos over the years, and it wouldn't be true to myself. Maybe at some point I'll make another video, but I can't personally see it happening. But I mean, I still have the. I mean, I played with Ernest. What was it, like a couple of months ago? I was enjoying quad shotting. I was really, really enjoying it. Fucking all that sort of stuff. Playing fours. I enjoyed it. I still love the game.
Would you ever get into something like Twitch TV or like streaming or anything?
No. A lot of people ask me about that, and if you've ever seen I used to have the Twitch channel. I stream maybe 5 or 6 times, and it's only when I'm drunk. I don't have any of that webcam shit, or I don't even look at the chat. I just play the game. If I'm playing the game and it's for an audience, I'll make a video. I'm playing the game for fun, man. You know what I mean? So I'm playing the game for fun. I don't want that pressure of people watching me and trying to talk to me and shit. If you watch them Twitch things, man, these people are like robots. People are like robots, man. Like it's like, oh, Eric223, thanks for the follow. Oh, thanks for the donation. Thanks for my own bits. I don't be like that, man. Those people are soulless, man. That's where the community's going, man. That's why I'm getting the fuck out, man. That's why I got out a few months ago, man. That used to make me so angry inside. And now that I've gone out, I don't care anymore. It's not a problem. If I got back into it, then it would trouble me. And I've got enough troubles already. The problem with me is when I get angry, it's not empty. Something's going to happen eventually. It doesn't matter where the anger comes from, but it's going to happen. So I don't need that added stress or whatever you want to call it coming in.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. So, I mean, but like, as far as content goes, you are saying it's not going to happen soon?
I don't think it's ever going to happen again, Tommy. Ever. I mean, I'll still watch content from people who you know, if I see it about, then I'll definitely take the time to watch content. I will watch people's content. I will.
But I mean, I asked
just
because
wanna
like you've
do-
had several final montages. You know, Mastery was supposed to be
Oh,
your
yeah.
final, then you know, so
Death Machine 2.
right.
Yeah, I had Death Machine 2. No, I took a break. I can't remember let me see what the difference in time was. What was it? So what was the it's Death Machine 2, and then I
I
made
think it was after Wizard, right?
yeah, no, I made Death Machine 2 for the contest, and that was supposed to be my final one.
Yeah.
So
'Cause,
here
I
we
mean,
go.
you've
That
had
was
like 3 or 4 finals already.
so there's Death Machine 2, the final Halo montage. That was a year ago. 8 months ago was Death Machine 2 Shadowhands. So that's a difference of already a few months. You know what I mean? I mean, Halo's always been my crack, man. It's always been my crack.
So basically what you're saying is don't count you out.
Look, don't count me out. But right now, what's going on in my life, I've got much more important things to focus on. Like, for example,
Right, that's
like
respectable.
yeah. So where I'm going to sleep, for example, you know, that sort of thing. It's not even on the forefront of my mind. Halo. Where I'm at right now, I'm working right now, but I'm not going to play on the Xbox until I'm settled and somewhere comfortable. And not because I think it's a waste of time, because I don't think it is at all. And anything within boundaries that's fun isn't a waste of time. I say within boundaries because, you know, obviously if you rape kids and you find it fun, obviously it's not good. But, you know, playing Xbox is something else. You know, I do. You know, I'll always have time for fours or FFAs, that sort of thing.
All right, so that was the end of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about the podcast. And, of course, leave some love for Hyena and let him know that you want to see more content from him because, you know, again, he's at a crossroads, no pun intended. And I think that he will come back. I think he's going to make more videos, but you never know, man. So, anyway, let me know what you guys thought about the video and who I should feature next. I'll try my best to get whoever you guys want on the podcast. But, again, I don't know, you know, because some people are kind of, like, up in the air, iffy about it. A lot of people don't know who I am, so it's kind of hard, but I'll try. Anyway, love you guys. Peace.